Hi, welcome to our Digital Retail Disruptor presentation. My name is Serena McKinney and my partner is Jessica Kim. We are going to be going over 2 retail disruptors that have made a technological impact in their industry. So first, I'm going to talk about IKEA, which is a non-apparel retailer but is known worldwide for distributing furniture. Their mission statement is to create a better everyday life for the many people. This mission statement is integrated into their digital and non-digital marketing strategies. I also included a quote at the bottom from the leader of digital transformation, Michael Valsgaard, that confirms that they know with the technological advances and even with them being a furniture company, that they're also going to have to move in that same direction. So the first digital transformation that I want to talk about is click and collect. This was launched in 2015, and what a lot of people don't know is that IKEA was one of the first retailers to offer this to their customers. With the pandemic going on right now, we see a lot of businesses and services that offer the same click and collect service, but they're equivalent. And this is where customers can order online, pay online, and come to the store and have a contactless pickup. So we see that a lot today in 2020, but in 2015, IKEA was starting to do this. This was the first step to enhancing their omni-channel customer experience through these changing times as people are starting to use and shop on different social media platforms, and not even social media, just different omni-channels. Click and collect did require integrating several different POS systems, having an e-commerce front end, and a constantly up-to-date inventory, which is really hard to do for a big company like IKEA. The cost was also very high upfront, but in the long run, this service model innovation did make the transition to direct delivery e-commerce for IKEA much easier. The second digital transformation is augmented reality. So whether or not you shop at IKEA or not, you have heard or seen about this. This has generated a lot of buzz when they first released it. They launched the IKEA Place app, which has augmented reality integrated into it in 2017. This app is awesome because it helps consumers save travel time from traveling and finding different IKEA locations. And it also reduced buyer's remorse, which is really important, and the app lets them see lifelike versions of different products in their home before purchasing. The app provides 3D visuals from different angles of over 2,000 products. IKEA promotes this app by using a series of short videos, funny and some inappropriate GIFs, and several different social media posts across all platforms. But the main goal of the IKEA Place app and using augmented reality was to build inspiration for IKEA's customers. A challenge that I think IKEA will face with this is making sure that the coloring and the sizings of the products that they have on the app are very accurate, so that when the customers do end up purchasing and receiving it, that it wasn't misconceived through what it looks like on the phone. So just making that look really accurate. And this is just a preview of what you would see if you would get the IKEA Place app. It's really cool, actually. It reminds me of Pokemon Go. And then this is a little GIF. Next, so this will be a continuation of the company's mission statement and the brand image that IKEA wants to have. They are very big on creating a better everyday life for the many people, as it says in their mission statement, and repeated again in this quote at the bottom of this slide by Chief Commercial Officer Antonella Puccarelli. And it says, at IKEA, everything revolves around our vision to create a better everyday life for the many people. Exactly what they said in their mission statement. But with this one, it says, which includes creating a safer life at home. So in the past recent years, IKEA have had some bad publicity about alleged injury or death reports associated with IKEA's furniture. And so the Safer Home initiative was launched, as well as the Safer Home app in 2019. This app provides information to parents about different room-by-room safety hazards, and it also allows them to customize or prioritize hazards based off of the age of their children. So I think this is really awesome for parents that buy furniture from IKEA and wanted to make sure that it's baby-proof or child-proof. Along with this app, IKEA will also have to do their part by looking over the production and the safety measures of their furniture when they're being produced. So one of the newest digital transformations that we've seen from IKEA is their launching of the first planning studio in the US. The planning studio is really ideal for big cities, urban living, and small spaces. So what better city to launch it in than Manhattan? They launched that location in 2018. And this store is different from your typical IKEA store because it's much, much smaller. They don't carry all their merchandise like you would see if you went to Dallas or Houston and you went to IKEA there. This store is tech enabled. So they have big screens kind of showing you what a certain wall would look like, or tablets around the store to help you shop by virtually adding items into your cart. They also have a station for 3D imaging if you wanted to sit down and play around and create your dream room or your dream home right off of a tablet. You can also, since there is no merchandise at the store, I also want to say that it's only direct to home delivery with the planning studios, which is also very ideal if you're living in a big city, because traveling could be kind of crazy, and direct to home would just be the best option for IKEA and the consumer. Also, at these planning studios, they offer free appointments with home and kitchen planners. This, along with virtual reality, is another new digital transformation that IKEA has made. This virtual reality technology hasn't really been implemented into very many stores, if any. I feel that IKEA will push towards that in the future, but they're beginning to play around with this virtual reality technology that was originally used for video games or entertainment, but now transitioning this over into a retail aspect to allow their customers to experience living in their dream kitchen or their dream home. So I think that's really cool. It's attracting a lot of attention and it's creating a lot of buzz, and they're just getting started. So my path for digital success for IKEA is combining that augmented reality with that virtual reality, those two different aspects that they're already building on right now, as well as implementing those things into a planning studios that they plan to build here in the U.S. in the future. The first idea that I have by making this a digital success for IKEA is enhancing the virtual aspects of it. So virtual reality is what IKEA is still experimenting with at the moment. Just as with virtual reality and video games per se, we're starting to see that a little bit more, but quantity and the number of locations you're going to get that in is very limited right now. And so that's the same with IKEA and these virtual reality options. Of course, that would be ideal to have them in every store, but they're still working on it right now. But I feel with the progress that they've had so far, having a more enhanced virtual aspects in a planning studio would be awesome. And the virtual aspects I'm talking about is customized rooms, possible customized rooms with appointments. So say you as a customer reach out to a home planner or kitchen planner, and you send her different styles, different colors that you want. Wouldn't it be awesome if your planner was able to create a virtual or a digital room for you and you to come to the planning studio and have a space set up for you, and it's all virtual, and it's basically her virtual ideal for you, for your kitchen, for your living room, for your laundry room, for your dining room. This is her ideal for you. So with the enhancement of those virtual aspects, you would be able to create customized rooms and to make that customer shopping experience much greater, and way more impressive than the competition. That's for sure. Also, with the planning studios, I like that the merchandise is the quantity is low. With this, if we continued by building planning studios instead of your typical IKEA location, this could reduce excess production as well as save money. And also, you'll be able to increase IKEA locations. So since the traditional IKEA stores were really big in size, you wouldn't be able to put a store like that in the city of Manhattan. And that's where these planning studios come in handy, because IKEA can have a presence there in the city, but without using too much space or spending too much money. So increase IKEA locations for sure. Okay, so I'm going to pass this over to my partner, Jessica. Thank you, guys.
The digital retail disruptor for apparel that we will be talking about today is Adidas. Adidas has become a leader in leveraging digital channels to promote and sell their products. They've become a top brand by harnessing various innovative ways to incorporate digital technology into their overall marketing strategy. So Adidas developed the first web-based augmented reality shoe unboxing experience that gave consumers an inside look at their product, the Disrupt sneaker. This experience is the first of its kind at this scale use of web AR. Disrupt was pre-released via AR before the shoe physically launched. Adidas uses augmented reality and the power of influencers to create hype around an Adidas product. The pre-launch campaign for Disrupt started on March 9, 2018, when various influencers received a custom-made shoebox. The influencers posted it on social media to direct consumers to the link in the weeks leading up to the launch. The box did not contain a pair of shoes, but a QR code marker which launched the augmented reality experience. Potential customers got to watch as the Disrupt shoe emerges from the grid. Users are not required to download a separate app to view the AR unboxing. Instead, by clicking a link on desktop or a mobile device, a virtual box will appear that opens to reveal the shoe. Users can then examine the product from all angles using their cursor or fingertips to move the item on the screen. While there is no direct link to buy the product on the AR site, users can opt to continue to the Adidas website to purchase the pair. The Disrupt unboxing is different from any previous AR experiences, such as Nike's SNKRS, mainly because it leverages open source computer vision libraries to deploy AR via the web, as opposed to using native app techniques, which are limited because they require an app download and snap lenses can often be limited to certain audiences. This approach not only widens the audience, but also shows that significant advances in the resource usage of computer vision and 3D visualization were leveraged. The founder and president of Rose Digital explained the importance of this step forward. He said, "The problem is no headset on the market has true global reach. Even the arrival of ARKit and AR Core still puts an app download barrier between users and AR. Adidas breaks that barrier and puts AR into the hands of any person with a smartphone that has a modern web browser." Another digital experience that Adidas launched with augmented reality was AR Instagram Games, which they also used David Beckham to promote on his social media. The three key channels that Adidas relies on to drive its digital presence is understanding that online messaging can be tailored to match the passions of any individual customer. From focus groups to online reviews, Adidas ensures that their customers are heard and their voices impact brand strategy. Adidas also uses technology to fuse a customer's online and offline experiences. They've improved the current buying journey by launching Adidas Confirmed, an app that lets consumers reserve products to pick up in store and leave reviews. They've innovated by creating Glitch, a football cleat that can only be purchased through a dedicated app. Furthermore, Adidas's use of social media is a big piece in their digital strategy. Specifically, Adidas created separate Instagram and Twitter accounts to highlight the contributions of their influencers and customers called Adidas Originals. Under the banner We Are Originals, Adidas promotes user-generated content. It also showcases unique partnerships with Instagram influencers. Some challenges that they faced was 5 years ago, the company didn't have any economic metrics. Its attribution modeling was based on last click, and it didn't do any brand tracking. It also focused on efficiency over effectiveness, leading it to look at specific KPIs and how to reduce their cost rather than what was in the best interest of its brands. It also had an oversupply problem, meaning its products were too often sold on promotion and creating price sensitivity. Plus, it had multiple agencies, inconsistent measurements, and a business setup that meant its main divisions were competing against each other and creating friction on messaging and creative. Over the past 5 years, Adidas has been working to change this. Adidas brought in an econometric model. What the econometrics told Adidas was that it should invest in video, which hadn't shown up before because it didn't do well in last click attribution, as well as TV, outdoor, and cinema to drive e-commerce. However, Adidas is now working on what the right media and attribution model is. 5 years ago, Adidas introduced a new campaign framework called Creating the New, which was a renewed focus on generating brand desire. In 2017, profits rose to $1.69 billion, and in 2017, the company was at 9.8%, with between 10.3 and 10.5% expected for 2018. But what is more important are the long-term goals. Adidas aims to tweak its profit margin to 11.5% in 2020. Adidas's straightforward digital marketing strategy is the power behind this success. With this well-implemented strategy, the company wants to fend off its main competitor, Nike. CEO Casper Rochette said, "We've become a digital company. 90% of the marketing budget will already be given over to digital campaigns and social media." Adidas can continue their digital success and stand out from their competitors by understanding their market. In the US, Adidas is behind Nike and Under Armour, still at only third place. The market share is only 5% in the largest sporting goods market in the world. Analysts say that Adidas has proceeded too hesitantly, especially with sponsorship contracts with stars in US sports of basketball, football, and baseball. Therefore, Adidas is investing in influencers and collaborates with world-famous football players, athletes, and singers. An example would be the Calling All Creators campaign. Adidas is putting its marketing focus on 6 key cities and that have an international signal effect and a global marketing influence. The question that Adidas needs to ask is, how many of these stores will they as a brand really need in the digital future? And finally, in their strategy, Adidas is concentrating on its core brands and Reebok. For example, brands like Adidas Neo and Originals are a strong growth engine. Overall, a digital business model is set to further support Adidas in their goal to be the best in the sporting goods industry.